to talk a little bit here about light versus dark. So we have this amplified energy that exists right now. One side is of the light and one side is not of the light or dark. Both have to exist. That's the law of the yin yang. We can't have light without dark, we can't have dark without light. But simultaneously, as individual beings, we have the opportunity to choose what is the direction we want to focus our attention upon. Is it to focus on the dark, or is it to focus on the light? And once we have that choice or discernment clear within us, our entire reality and existence will be based upon that choice. So that means that we'll either see a multiplication of light or we'll see a multiplication of dark. That can come in every variety of form. It can come in relationships. It can come from family, from our finances, our work, from the media, from our environment or our home, even from nature. We can observe something like this, which is more of a positive aligned message of light and love. Or we can connect to maybe not such a vibrant, light-filled environment or space. So for this discussion right now, I'm going to continue around the possibility of multiplying or amplifying our light. Yes, there is just as much darkness that exists. There's just as much pain and challenge on the planet at this time. But where we focus our attention, where we focus our mind, our energy, and our soul is going to be what we receive, witness, and experience. And we have that ability with our free will as humans to make that choice and discernment of what are we focusing on and what are we amplifying. If the messages stored inside our heart generally weigh towards negative ones, we will keep multiplying and perpetuating additional negative messages that we receive on the outer planes of existence. Even if we have negative messages stored inside us from past hurts and pains, but we redirect our attention to choose to want to have a different experience, very radically and drastically, that different experience will occur, even from within your home environment without needing to leave. Light can show up in many forms and many ways. It can come in symbolic gesture. It can come in numbers on the clock. It can come through the telephone of people sending their love and light to you. It can come through positive messages through media or through nature. it doesn't have to come simply from other humans. In fact, at this time, many humans do not have the ability to unconditionally give love. There's much ego and attachment going on in humanity right now, so I would look alternative to the human population to receive the reflection of light and love. This is a very sacred moment that exists on Mother Earth at this time, where we have this moment in time to choose our destiny and our fate, and if we're going to go towards light. And if not, we're going to go towards darkness. Those are the only two directions we will go in. If we do not actively choose to go towards light, we will, in fact, go towards darkness, which will then be more suffering and pain. We're very much aware of what that feels like and what kind of experience we're having right now based on that multiplication of darkness. Even if there's difficulty in one's life, loss of finances, relationship, job, we still have the ability to actually choose a situation by focusing our direction and attention back towards the light, which will actually clear the negative messages of lack or loss or separation and align us with the positive truth that exists in the universe, that we are still receptive beings supported and created by the divine, the Tao, the source, heaven, Mother Earth, and beyond. If we have an experience that recently shifted or changed and we're feeling the loss or the grief over that, connecting back to the positive message of light will open new potential doorways that are actually going to align you to a higher message of greater support. Choosing to go in the direction of light right now will increase one's frequency and vibration. It will amplify one's power, and it will also multiply possibilities of potential outcomes. One way to choose going in the direction of light means to no longer participate with the direction of darkness. I recently had the experience where I was given many opportunities. People were contacting me directly, privately, with very negative messages that had nothing to do with me. It was just their pain, but they were putting it out onto me. I'm very clear that that's not my truth. So I need to be stronger in my light to not process that information, to not take on the negative information of others. This has to do with creating very positive, healthy, aligned boundaries. This is one way to choose actively your participation with light. If you actively choose your participation with darkness, your world will become smaller, more limited, potentially more isolated, and even at this moment in history, the potential for sickness and death. It's actually that extreme in this moment in time that those that are choosing to lower their vibration and frequency rather than amplify it will attract a low vibration and frequency message, which has to do with imbalance, sickness, or that which is called a virus at this time on the planet. If there is fear in your life, give your love to the fear. You can acknowledge it, you can honor it, you can respect it. That will give it light. Going towards the light does not mean that you're in illusion over what is accurate and truth. But it means that you no longer participate in negative messages that will only be draining and toxic. There is so much grief on the earth right now, not only because of this active virus, but because of the tremendous suffering that had already been in existence for hundreds of years. We have this chance to rewrite our history going forward and to create a more harmonious planet of loving, embodied souls. That will take the collective to actively choose the new way, to disengage from the negative messages and negative stories. I encourage you to find your power at this time and to find your power in the direction that is of the light. From there, you will have the unlimited potential that will multiply possibilities just like this one that I am sitting on, of this magical nature, this pristine energy, where I get to be connected to the source on this auspicious day of Easter today, in April 2020. My life will multiply in this positive messages of light. And I would also love to see that for everybody else. I send you my greatest respect towards all that you are going through at this time. And I wish you much success in accomplishing your direction and your choice of personal empowerment and freedom at this time on the earth. In warmest aloha and love, Ahuriho.